Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be never ask a woman to be friends. Got an email here from a viewer who, that's basically his pickup line. Hey, you want to be friends? And when you do something like that, when you ask a girl a question like let's just be friends, or let's be friends, and especially if she's, because most women can tell when a guy's into her. And so if she sees desire and want in your eyes when you look at her and then you ask her to be friends, you're being a fraud because you really want the girl, but you're asking her to be friends because that's an easier, low-risk way of going about things. And so you're either going to get it rejected outright or she's only going to think of you as a friend because you simply didn't have the balls to ask her out when you were talking to her for the first time and ask her out on a date. Because it's really weak. And when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, I used to do that a lot. I used to become friends with girls and then figure, and I'd get them to warm up to me, get them to fall in love. I mean, I had no idea what the hell I was doing. So I got this email from this viewer here, and he says, "Hi, Corey. I hope you're doing well, mate. I live in Australia, and I really like your programs. I've learned a lot from you." He says, "I'm originally Middle Eastern, and on the weekends I work as a bouncer." He says, "I like MILFs, and there is a big-breasted older woman who comes to the club where I work, and I finally got myself together and went and spoke to her." Well, good for you for having the courage. He says, "I started the conversation, and I got to the point that she wanted me to talk to her more about the topic. Then I thought, bang, let's score it now. I said, 'Do you like to be friends?' She was overwhelmed and then said, 'Look, I'm flattered, but no, because I don't have that confidence after my divorce anymore.'" I mean, I would have just said, "Hey, this is what I would have said to her. Is like, you seem like a really, really great gal, and I'd like to talk to you more, but obviously I'm working. I got to run. What's your phone number?" You just pull out your phone and say, and look at your phone and ask her for it. Or if you really got a big set of balls, you could say, "You're a really fascinating girl. I'd love to chat with you further, but obviously I'm working. When are you free so you and I can get together someplace this week for a drink?" And let her respond. And make a date right on the spot and do it that way, as opposed to asking her to be a friend. He says, "As you teach us," I said, "Okay, this is my number. Feel free to give me a call if you change your mind." I was like, "Well, I didn't teach that. I don't teach you to give out phone numbers like that. What I have said is you can get women to ask you for your phone number. You can say, hey, I got to run, but let's chat later. You know, I get off at 10 or I get off at 1 in the morning. Why don't you reach out to me later if you're somewhere fun, or if you're at that cool club we were talking about, or if you go to that art festival this weekend, shoot me a text and let me know. And if I'm free, maybe I'll meet up with you." And if she likes you, she'll pull out her phone and go, "What's your number?" And if she doesn't, she'll just go, "Okay, sure," and she'll never pull out her phone. Doesn't matter. And either way, you just say, "Hey, see you later." If she likes you, she'll pull out her phone and go, "What's your number? I don't have it." And if she doesn't, she'll go, "Yeah, sure, I'll give you a text." And you know that she doesn't have your number because you haven't given it to her yet. But she doesn't pull out her phone, it means she doesn't really want it. He says, "I disappeared from where she usually stays in the club, and then 2 hours later there was a fight where she was at, and I had to rush there and drag the guys out, and I saw something very bad and disappointing. There was this ugly, older Caucasian man flirting with her." He says, "Oh, God." He says, "She was not even looking at me at all, and that ugly fucker was talking to her as if they know each other." Yeah, she's probably fucking him. He says, "I don't know if he picked her up that night or if they knew each other from before." Yeah, she probably knew him. I mean, women that are like you're talking about, especially the MILFs, as you like to say, they've been married for a while and they've had kids. They go out and they want to get laid. They want to have some fun because they've been not having fun for a lot of time. And they're fucking aggressive because it's like they know what they want. They're usually going to be in their 30s or early 40s, and they see a guy they want, they go after it. So you see some of these younger, or I say older, beautiful women in Hollywood, like, what's her name? Eva Longoria. I mean, she's almost 40, and she's always dating dudes that are in their 20s. It's like, you hear the story about how she met her previous husband. She saw him, she liked him, and she fucking went right up to him afterwards and asked the security guy if she could meet him. And then, so they introduced, and then the message got back, "Hey, Eva Longoria's out here, wants to talk to you." He was like, "Sure." So he goes out and talks to her, and obviously end up getting together. But women like this, women like her, she's beautiful and she's successful and she knows what she wants. And she's not afraid to go for it. Most women don't get that way in their early 20s. It's not until they get into their mid to late 30s or early 40s that they start being aggressive like that and learning that they can just go for what it is that they want. And they don't hold back anymore because they've been around the block a few times and they've gotten chewed up emotionally in enough relationships to know that life's too short and they're just going to go for what they want. So more than likely she's probably hooking up with this dude already before she even knew who you were. But at the end of the day, you asking her to be your friend, it's just, I mean, you crashed and burned, dude. You totally fucked up. It's a bad way to go. And he says, anyway, they left the club together, and I thought maybe he is another loser who's not going to see her again. And that night after, my jaw hit the floor when I saw that they came back to the club together for a drink. Uh-oh. So the very next night, she shows up with the same dude. So obviously, they're either together or they hooked up and came back the second night. It doesn't matter. She's unavailable, and you just can't let it get into your skin. And this is driving you bananas. Why? Because you've been looking at this girl and thinking about her and fantasizing about her for some period of time before you even knew whether or not you even had a chance with her. And you finally work up the courage to talk to her, and you ask her to be your friend instead of asking out on a date or a phone number, and here she is hooking up with this ugly guy. I mean, she could be with him already. You simply don't know. But that's why you don't sit around and you wait. It's like, pull the trigger. When you meet a girl, fucking go for it. He says, she was not looking at me, although I'm sure she was aware of my presence, and I was trying to be in her sight as well and showing my authority to the drunk people and flirting with others and never looked at her. I live for my pride, Corey. Well, as they say, pride cometh before the fall. He says, now that she has these low standards and she goes out with this type of people, I don't want her massive and perky and naturally, he puts in big letters, and perfect breasts anymore. Please tell me, if I ignore her and never give her any attention anymore, why it be a challenge so she starts trying to win me over? I like to be in demand and she calls and I say, no, please advise me. Well, you say you don't care about her, but yet you want her to call you. I mean, at the end of the day, you crashed and burned. Move on to the next one. Obviously, if you're at this club, there's a lot of other women that you can talk to. So just practice your skills. I mean, I wrote an article a while back called three different ways to seduce women. And so you need to learn those, all 3 different ways, because you can use all of them and that way start meeting other women. But your problem is you got focused on this one particular girl before you even asked her out, so you were emotionally hung up on her. And then you finally ask her out, and it's like now your ego doesn't want to accept the fact that she's with some ugly dude. But it doesn't matter. He probably got her because you fucking sat around and hesitated. So it's too bad. I mean, chalk it up to experience. The good news is you went up and you talked to her, but she's unavailable. Go on to the next girl and don't fucking sweat it, dude. Life's too short. There's another bus every 15 minutes, especially you working as a bouncer in a nightclub. I mean, there's probably thousands of girls there. I mean, depending on the size of the club. I mean, there's hundreds of different women there every night of the week that you work. So get busy and apply these techniques with other women so you can start going out with women that are available. So if you have a question that you want to ask me, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which will be on the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max, and just give me several days to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. You can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which will be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, go to my website, and on the right-hand side, underneath the email sign-up box, is a box that has a link that will take you right to the Amazon Kindle download page. Once you get there, if you don't have a Kindle device already, there's a button that you can click to download a free e-reader app for your smartphone, tablet device, or your computer. It only takes a matter of seconds to download and install the app and complete the purchase of my book. And if you appreciate the value of the information I offer in these video newsletters, the articles on my website, and my ebook, you can show your appreciation by going to my website and on the Wibbia toolbar, which will be at the bottom of your screen, click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information. And I will talk to you soon.